quickly looking at the monthly on Bitcoin over here, you can see this cup and handle which we called. And then we started coming up and we topped out. And we'd already talked about the signals we topped, how we got out in increments and so on. But I just wanted to show you the pullback here. And the pullback, after it, at the very least breaking 93K or 90K psychological, it was just pretty obvious to come back down and test this high over here, 73,668. Let's just draw it out over here. And this is what I was looking at. And granted, we didn't just quite reach that, but that's close enough. But this was the range we were looking at for the pullback. And this is where I said mid-70s or somewhere around there. We actually got there. But if we broke that, then we likely would have traded in this range over here before invalidation. That's why the factor line still gold, will still bullish. Although at the top here, we got to the top over here, which is also a signal of coming back down. And we can look at that in just 1 second if you really want to. But right now, this is where and how I saw the bottom, or calling the potential bottom, I should use the word potential here, of this pullback. But yes, you can actually see that. This is the cup and handle, the breakout, and this is the potential when we come back here. And if you watch the factor line on the monthly over here, you can actually see that this is rising, the actual factor line. So if we did break, it will probably come into this range and maybe reverse at this point. And this is something I was looking at. If we just quickly go to the weekly, just to see what the weekly is showing us, if it confirms and so on. And this takes some time to load. Sometimes you can actually see it right there. Buy signal, perfect buy signal from the factor line. And as you can see, weekly is still bullish. That's why we weren't that worried and came down perfectly at this level. And we called all this. We called all this, but the factor line just makes everything a lot easier. And you can do this without the factor line, by the way. You don't need the factor line. It just makes everything easier. It shows you the way I trade, what I personally look at, but certainly other people might have other indicators and other styles of calling this. Of course, I haven't really seen anybody, just very few people have. But right now we're bullish. Factor line is in, this trend stacker is gold right here, or getting into the gold section, also confirming this reversal. I mean, this is a very good pattern for Bitcoin over here. And we already talked about entries and validations in other videos and other posts. So this is what I'm looking at, again, just for the group, just for you guys. This is the weekly. If you want to go to the daily real quick, just to see if we're missing anything. Nope, respected it perfectly. As you can see over here, just every time frame confirming this. And as you can see, boom, bottom of the range over here, wicks showing potential reversals. And now, again, trend stacker in gold over here, and it should turn gold for a long-term buy signal if this here plays out. So just wanted to show you that. And yeah, it's Greek Easter, by the way. It's Big Friday or Holy Friday, whatever you want to call it, or however you call it. So just trying to get some info out to you. I am trading these days, and I figured, you know, I'll share some of what my overall not analysis, because not really analysis, but observations are. So thank you very much, and yeah.